Ozpin was in a fight for his life as his power diminished over the centuries. His skills were never sharper. He fought Cinder tooth and nail, but he felt the eons catching up. The longer he fought, the faster he burned out. The battle was in favor for the false maiden as she overpowered Ozpin, crippling him. Ozpin, I'm sorry, Shadow. I couldn't protect you from this, but I swear on my next life, I will look after you like you were the son I never had. That was his last thoughts as he drew his last breath. Cinder confidently smirks at her handiwork as something crashed near Ozpin. It was Shadow who was kneeling over Ozpin's dead body. After a while, he stood and wiped his eyes and turned towards the killer. And that is where we come back to the present. Cinder was screaming in pain. Jaune, that is just a taste of what you really deserve. He then gave her a beating before deciding to finish her off. She lands on the dirt grunting. As she struggles to get up, she turns to see a chaos spear flew right into her body. Shadow then chaos controls all around her, stabbing her with multiple chaos spear on hand. After a few seconds, she was skewered by many chaos spears as Shadow walks away. As he was a few feet away, he raised his hand and snaps his fingers, and Cinder blows up into bits and pieces. He was about to leave, but multiple Eggman Badniks lands and surrounds him. The egg carrier was overhead as he speaks into his mic. Eggman, oh Shadow, we have an appointment. Oh, are you glowing right now? Shadow destroyed all the Badniks that dared stood in his way. The screen on Eggman's end zoomed into Shadow's face. Jaune, I am in no mood for games, Doctor. Leave before I go up there and make you. Eggman internally shrieked at the look of murder in his eyes. Eggman, ahahaha, well look at that, it seems like I left something on in my base back home. Haha, I'll be going now. The egg carrier hightailed it with Winter's battleship firing at the retreating vessel. Jaune walks towards his grandfather's body and picks him up. Meanwhile, the White Fang was losing badly without the support of the Grimm and the AKs along with Cinder. Blake confronted her former teacher alongside her team. Ruby and Yang backs her up as Adam fought with the skill that matches any huntress. Yang covers Blake's blind side as Ruby directs their efforts using combos and tactics. Adam, so this is the lot you betrayed us for? Was it worth it to live amongst these bastards? Blake, you are more of a bastard than anyone Adam and I should know. Yang, beat his ass now, talk later. We need to back Shadow up.
Adam, Shadow?
Are you talking about that miserable traitor on the screen? He gets what he deserves for siding with humans. Then a high-caliber bullet smashes the edge of his mask, leaving a large crack. Ruby, keep his name out of your damn mouth.
Yang, Woa.
Ruby went in swinging fast and hard, cutting Adam slightly as his aura was slowly draining from the constant fighting. Blake jumps in and kicks him in the face. As he stumbles, a glyph appeared beneath his feet as Team Silver joins in. Weiss, no one threatens our friends and gets away with it.
Adam, Shani.
Then a crack filled the air as Nora smashed Adam's kneecaps, making him scream. Nora, that's fearless leader Shani to you. Kira and Run then subdued the lunatic with restraints given by Gun. Glinda completes the restraints with any scrap metal laying around. Ruby, that's all of it we need. The sound of speed crashes in. Sonic, woohoo, I got a lot of wonder how Shad. Then the sound of a chaos control comes into the area. They looked to see expecting a triumphant Shadow, but were shocked to see a defeated look on his face. Playfather's funeral. Shadow was seen carrying a dead Ozpin in his arms. Glinda covers her mouth in horror. Pietro lowers his head. Penny rushed to give Shadow a hug as he cried into her arms.
Sonic, Yang.
Knuckles put his fist to his chest and lowers his head. Tails just lowers his head sadly. Ruby rushes to hug him as well. Blake looks away in sadness. Yang just closed her eyes as her fists shake. Weiss covers her mouth as she cries at the scene. Nora was crying like a baby as Ren hugs her. Kira couldn't even speak, tears welling up in her eyes at the sadness. Crow just drank from his flask. The battle was over, and the people of Vale began to mourn their losses.